To say the start of Blue Jays Spring Training 2016 has been bizarre would probably be a bit of an understatement. Barry Davis, along with Davidi and Arden Zwelling. Well, we woke up this morning expecting to hear what happened to make that trade not happen. We really didn't get any answers at all from Russ Atkins, did we?
No comment.
That
was the gist of Ross Atkins' comments. It was basically no comment. They don't want to say anything. I guess from their perspective, there's no incentive for them to make any comments on either the Jay Bruce situation or the Jose Bautista situation. That being said, there's still a lot of questions, but there are a couple things that we can glean. One, the Blue Jays have made 2 attempts to trade for Jay Bruce in the past couple of weeks. They clearly have an interest there. Both deals, Michael Saunders would have ended up moving on, so that's something to keep an eye on, because this may be dead for now, but it could certainly be revisited. The other thing too is that the Jose Bautista situation, it's got the potential to linger a little bit, at least until there's some sort of resolution to what Jose Bautista said was his request.
Well, certainly the Blue Jays have nothing to gain by negotiating publicly or coming out and, showing where they stand or what they have to offer or anything like that. I'm sure this new regime especially wants to keep all of that behind closed doors, even as some of their dirty laundry is being kind of dragged out into public in the last few days. So I don't think any of us really expected Ross Atkins to walk out and show us the contract papers and show us walk us through the negotiations, but he certainly was there just so he didn't get fined.
Shai, what surprised you more, that the injury that apparently blocked the trade was not Michael Saunders, or the fact that the Blue Jays were reportedly going to throw in a prospect as well?
Yeah, that's the part that surprises me, is that given the amount of money that could be changing hands, the extra salary the Blue Jays would have been taking on, that they would still be giving up a prospect in this deal, which makes me wonder if the Blue Jays were going to be getting some money either from the Angels or from the Reds to help balance the salaries a little bit. And if they weren't, that leads you to think that either there was another shoe to drop with another move that would have made subsequently, or that the Blue Jays do have more payroll room than we had anticipated. Our sense had been that the payroll was going to end up in the $140 million range. They're about $2 to $3 million short of that, depending on where their 0 to 3 players, service time players, end up. And if they were able to take on Jay Bruce's salary, well, that's certainly a little pretty interesting about where their payroll is for this season.
Well, you think it could be one of those two options, or maybe there's another player moving out. Maybe there's some salary coming off of the books in another trade. It is kind of surprising to see a team making trades, that affect the Major League roster on the first day, second day of spring training. Looks like the Blue Jays, Ross Atkins, Mark Shapiro, are still trying to improve that roster. Maybe still looking for some more durability in left field, maybe looking for some more pop from the left side of the plate. It's interesting that, really the process of them building this roster and reworking it doesn't seem finished at all.
How'd you like to be Michael Saunders right now?
It must be tough when you think about it. He wanted to be here so badly. When he was traded here last year, he was absolutely ecstatic. He's Canadian. He really wanted to play in Toronto. And, he came in and he was really sincere about wanting to be here, wanting to play for this club, saying, he grew up watching this team and cheering for it. And it was something that he was really excited about. He's absolutely a first-class guy, a first-rate person, a great guy to be around, very nice, makes time for everybody. And he really was hard done by last year, stepping on a sprinkler head, losing his entire season, while playing on a field that has since been completely reworked and completely resodded. You really do feel for him.
Right, and then you just kind of factor that into all the bigger picture things that are going on with this team right now. And Michael Saunders is going to be a pro about this, because that's just who he is and the way he is. But there are a lot of interests getting in the way of a collective team goal. And it's just spring training right now, and that's fine. But these are some things that are going to hang over this team. In the back of Michael Saunders' mind is going to be the fact that, hey, they've tried to replace me a couple times. And in the back of the 10 pending free agents, it's, hey, I got to perform to get my next contract. And those are issues that this team is going to handle, or need to handle, and it's delicate stuff, and how effective they are at handling it will probably play a role on how this team performs this year.
Michael Saunders will address the media later this afternoon here in Dunedin. I would think he would have a little bit more to offer than Ross Atkins. No comment.